Hello and welcome to another real-life wedding day, this time with the Samyang 35-150 f2 to f2.8. Let's go take some pictures. And as pretty much always, I will be doing photography and video coverage today. I have with me Timothy Musa, who is strong at video. So usually what I do is if I have a strong video shooter with me, I'll let them do a little bit more video and I'll focus a little bit more on photography, or the other way around. And it is possible to do everything yourself, to do photo and video coverage, but it's a little calmer to do it this way. Also, if you're interested, I have a full hybrid 2023 course up on the member site. And it'll walk you through everything that you would need to know to do photography and video coverage as one person, from the gear that you need to the actual editing of the film and the delivery and where to source music that you have copyright and all of that. So if you're a member, you have access to that now, as well as a LUT that I use on my video here. Don't you wish you had the Samyang 35-150 f2 to f2.8?
Some days.
AF?
Some days.
Bye, Tim.
Mike, this is your date for tonight. This is our kids for the night.
So now moving into the ceremony, the aisle, it's so short. And I've always had a struggle. So I used to always shoot on a 7200 for ceremonies, but a 7200 is definitely too long for an aisle of this size. And then I would go to a 35, but then I would miss the shots of them kind of at the end. I don't want to move around too much and get in people's way or risk knocking over stuff that might be in the aisle or bumping into people. So I like to stay in one spot. And the 35-150 allows me to do that and get all the shots that I need, as well as soon as they're up at the front, I'm going to circle around to the back and I can get all the shots and all the close-ups that I need in those first couple minutes, because I feel like a lot of emotion happens in those first couple minutes, and then it kind of chills out for a little bit. But in the time that there is the emotion happening, I don't want to be at the back switching lenses or flipping camera bodies or whatever. So to do everything on one camera body with one lens, it's just really, really nice. I also talked about this in the full-length review of this lens that I went to Iceland and took a lot of photos, so maybe check that out. It's up one of these corners if you want to go have a look at it. And what I kind of talked about in the intro to that is a very, very silly thing. So this is absolutely true for a number of different genres of photography that I've worked within. In concert photography, I was definitely allowed access to a few more places that maybe I shouldn't have been, or a few more back doors opened without questions for me when I had a larger lens on my camera. And I know it's stupid, but the security guard's probably like, I don't know, he looks professional, come on in. And that was nice in those situations, but also when it comes to commercial photography as well, and commercial video production. One of the sad things, or I don't know, is it funny or silly? The bigger your gear, the more perceived value you have as a photographer sometimes. And I know it's dumb, but if for instance, a commercial job, you walk in, maybe there's one or two people that know who you are, they vetted you, they know that you're an incredible photographer or video creator, but their boss might not have had a look at your work. They don't know you yet. So if you walk in and you have a small 35 and a small mirrorless camera body, and that's all you're going to work with, well, the work will be fine. The initial experience maybe isn't what they're expecting. If you walk in with a big lens and a bunch of stuff, all of a sudden you're a professional. So sad, but true facts here today from the car. All right, looks good. Andy gets look towards me here. Also, the way I've been shooting this lens is I'm either at f2 or f2.8. I'm just kind of letting the variable aperture of the lens decide. So I've set my camera to f2 and it will dial up as I zoom in and dial back as I zoom back out to 35 millimeters.
You guys exactly right there. And you can just put an arm around each other and just kind of smile and face towards me. It looks amazing. It's like the perfect time of day. That looks good too. All right, you guys can just smile and face towards me.
Oh yeah, looks great.
And I'm gonna do this on 3 different cameras because it's that good. Can we have you guys hold hands and walk towards us one more time?
I just let the flowers kind of dangle down there. Yeah, perfect. You can look at each other as you guys walk. Pause there and go for a smooch, you guys. Belly button, get nice and close. Put hands on each other, more hands.
All right, now moving into the reception. So the reception is where you can, in a number of different receptions, or if you want to light it, you can definitely still go into the evening with this lens. I find at this point of the day, I'm usually switching to an 85 prime. I just like the look of it, and the low light functionality obviously is great as well. So while the 35 to 150 will get you through, it could theoretically get you through the entire day, set up an off-camera flash, make this thing work, no problem. But I like to have 2 additional lenses in my bag. I like to have a 20mm lens, which is what I'm filming this on, as well as an 85, and sometimes a 50 or maybe a 35. And I know that those kind of overlap within the Samyang 35 to 150, but I do find that they help me do my job a little bit better. So yes, you can do everything you want on 35 to 150, but it is nice to have a few additional lenses. I don't find myself needing anything beyond 150, and I typically don't find myself needing anything wider than a 35, which is strange, even though I have the 20 just in case things happen, or for the cake cut, or for the party scene if it gets wild. But for pretty much the entire day, I'm never craving a wider lens. I am very, very happy with 35. This is season to taste, so if you like to shoot wide, you like to get 12 to 14, by all means do that. But in real life, in the 1,000 weddings, get my audiobook, 1,000 weddings. In those 1,000 weddings that I've shot, there have been a handful of scenarios where I've shot more than maybe like 5 or 6 shots on a lens that is wider than the 35. Also, if you enjoy wedding days like this, I have, I'm gonna say almost 100 of them. Not quite, maybe like 60. And there's a playlist of them if you're interested in watching a few more. Back to the wedding.
All right, and if you guys want to hold hands and walk towards me here. So good. Awesome. All right, I think that concludes the official picture. Now we just start photojournalism.
So thank you so much for joining me today. As I mentioned, there are a number of different wedding days up here. You can go and you can find that playlist. You can watch a bunch of them if you want. And also, there's a link in the description to get something special. So you get my wedding day shot list, as well as a small preset pack, as well as my email templates, and one other bonus item in there as well. So come on over to the link and get those if you're interested. I'll see you again next time.